The best Harry Mack track of 2024 is finish that sentence in the comments below for you, and let's have a conversation. That's what we're here to talk about, man. I know the Harry Mack community is a big chunk of my followers and my supporters, so I wanted to tap in with y'all. And the singles vinyl just dropped with a collection of 26 of all these tracks that we're going to be discussing here today. And that collection's super fire. You should check it out if y'all are into vinyls and have a record player, and also are into Harry Mack songs. And I just wanted to connect with y'all, take the time to talk about some of these tracks, which songs kind of hit as far as Spotify numbers go, which songs I personally like as like honorable mentions until we lead up into the best track or my favorite track, whatever you want to call it, of 2024. And honestly, I like all of them. They are all great tracks with a message and dope beats. They have different vibes from hardcore boom bap to more jazzy boom bap to different vibes like What You Gonna Do Now on the instrumental, or like Back to the Program. And it's just honestly, I thought it's just a breath of fresh air to hear Harry and his pen and kind of him take time to write things down or think of things and rap it on a mic. I know a lot of the times he's not really writing things down, but let's get into it, man. I'm going to keep my favorite at the end and then just kind of bring up some tracks that are dope and feel like I should mention here. But as far as Spotify goes, if you just go onto the homepage, it goes deep, not the same as Time Goes On, which is the latest release, really dope track, talking about how time just going on, and you got to do what you got to do, put the past behind you, and keep moving. You know, What You Gonna Do Now, fire track with the Kobe intro on the video. Just like, what are you gonna do now? You know, it's your time. And a lot of these have themes, and those themes were kind of highlighted on the singles vinyl as well. He talked about it on his post. It's like a lot of these tracks are about the process, his own process, like the Process EP, Should I Write This Rhyme, and My Process are both dope tracks that kind of just talk about what he goes through and how he does what he does. You know, it all started with Should I Write This Rhyme in 2024, if you're not counting the December drop of the track called 2024, which we'll get to as well. But Should I Write This Rhyme was a sick start to the 2024 Harry Mack release kind of cycle or journey, whatever word you want to call it, because it's just him going through the process in his mind of, should I write this or not? And I think that's just always been a thing with Harry. He talks about how Contents Under Pressure, his album that he dropped in 2019, was called Contents Under Pressure because he felt pressure to make the content for the album because he's an hip-hop artist and he needs an album and it needs to be classic and this and that. And so that pressure is what kind of birthed that album, which I think some of those tracks are classics. They Told Me is one of my favorite records that exists, to be honest. It's a big reason why I was a fan of Harry, and why I felt that his path is exponential and never ending, really. But anyway, we're talking about 2024 tracks. If you don't know that track, go back and check it out. It's called They Told Me. Anyway, Should I Write This Rhyme? We started the year off with that, and it's a super dope kind of thought process for him to just think about, like, why should I write this when I can just go and rap for them and they smile and it goes viral and people love it. And when I write, it's like potentially hit or miss within himself, hit or miss within the audience and this and that. But if he loves to do it and he has things to say, then there are people who want to hear it at the end of the day because of who he is, what he's done, and the skill he's developed, and his status as like the freestyle GOAT, right? So it's just interesting to tap into his mind. And then if we go back to 2024, the song, Sir Jazz production. I know he had initially freestyled a lot of it and then kind of honed in some of the parts to get the lyrics a little bit more relevant with meaning as well. So that track goes hard. Shouts out Sir Jazz on the production too. I feel like we need more Sir Jazz, Harry Mack collaborations for sure. I know they are on stage all the time together, so there's a lot of collaboration happening there. But we need some of that Sir Jazz instrumentals with the Harry Mack vocals on it for sure. Anyway, let's get back into talking about all these singles, because some of them are just absolute bangers. I ain't gotta worry. Come on, the laid back flow on it, the gritty boom bap beat, the chill kind of hook to it. I ain't gotta worry, and the rhythmic element to the verses. That song goes crazy. One of my favorites. Honestly, was debating on should I leave that one for the best track. It is definitely up there. Another track that I just absolutely love, probably my favorite title of any of these tracks, Iconoclast, and y'all maybe can guess why. That's my favorite title. I love the word iconoclast. One, because iconic, con, all of that stuff. Two, because of its meaning, like you go against the general society's rules or thoughts and do your own thing, or speak your own mind without regard to what is being said or done around you. That's kind of the gist of it. If I'm fudging the definition, I apologize, but that's the gist of it. So the meaning, the iconic connection, and the track itself goes crazy. It's just a straight verse, no hooks, just him flexing, the pen game, the rhythms, the delivery on a boom bap beat. So sick. Same vibes on Minotaur, actually. That's a scratching hook. That's straight 90s vibes, but his delivery and cadence, so dope. These songs definitely fall under that flex category, and they're probably the way I lean in terms of just putting a song on and vibing with it. Like if I'm gonna listen to Harry Mack music, these are my go-tos, because that's just the music I vibe with. But some of the different kind of direction instrumentally also go crazy. Some of the tracks that have a different instrumental vibe, like What You Gonna Do Now, the flow, the cadence, the passion that he delivers that verse with is crazy. I love the message in that as well. Like, when your back's against the wall, what are you gonna do? That's when who you are comes out, is when your back's against the wall. When you don't know what's gonna happen, it's like, are you just gonna chill and not do anything, or you're gonna push past it, break that wall down? Instrumental is crazy as well. And then Back on Mine freestyle is kind of that boom bap vibe energy as well, but he freestyled on that one, goes crazy. Love the hook on that. But we were talking about different sounds on the instrumental. So Build My Tower High comes into play with the instrumental on that is crazy. The drums are so crisp on that track. So if you haven't checked these songs out, y'all have to just put it. There is a playlist on Harry's Spotify page that you can scroll down and find, and it's just all of these in a playlist. So just shuffle that or start it from the beginning, whatever you got to do. But these are all so dope. And then some of the ones where he's just kind of getting into like how he's feeling, like some of his emotions and stuff. Like So Low is a love song, so dope as well. The hook, I feel like that's my favorite Harry hook. He's like singing a little bit. It's pretty catchy, and just, classic love song vibes. You don't see too much of that side of Harry, I feel like. So it was cool to tap into that energy as well. Tired as Fuck, fire track, and we've all been there, right? Just laid back. The cover art is one of my favorites for that as well. And I'm just kind of going through all these tracks. It seemed like, I mean, there's something to say about all of them. I didn't even talk about Not the Same, where he's just talking about we not the same. It's almost like Not Like Us now that I think about it. I don't think there was any connection because he had written it and whatever way before Not Like Us even came out. But that song's also dope. That's one of the top 5 in the Spotify, Harry Mack Spotify environment as well. So very dope. Going down the list feels odd right now, but it's also feels odd not to mention a track like On Like That or Nikola Tesla. Crazy like trap energy on that one. The fact that he has a song called Nikola Tesla is fire. I feel like Nikola Tesla, the flow's inventive. No, can't even remember it right now, but super fire. Get Away From Everything is another kind of it's almost a love song, not really a love song, kind of a love song. It's basically like, let's get away from everything. Whoever the girl he's talking about in that song, just go chill. I mean, I feel like a lot of us can relate to just wanting to get away and hang out with a beautiful lady. And, you know, there's just such a spectrum in all of these tracks that Harry's released. And it's cool to see the entire range. I'm not going to mention every single one here, but you guys just got to go check it out. I know my man Mikey, March On is his favorite track by Harry Mack, and he's all about that one. And I mess with it too. It's super dope. Just talking about the title kind of tells the whole story. You just keep going. Again, it's that persevere, push through adversity type of vibes that Harry gets into. Holding the Wheel, Jazz fucks with this heavy. Bet the House hasn't really gotten too much love in terms of numbers on Spotify, but the beat and the energy there is super dope. And I can't not mention Plan in Motion, one of my favorite bars by him. It's crazy that Harry specifically mentioned the bar I time stretch then weight train on a podcast of his, because that's one of my favorite bars from him as well. Just the play on words, time stretch, weight, like wait, hold up, train, is super dope. But just it feels like a West Coast type beat. It's smooth. Keep the plan in motion. The hook is dope. One of my favorite hooks from Harry as well. And honestly, that just leaves the track that I got to talk about being the best. I would say my favorite Harry Mack track. But like you can tell, I fuck with all of these songs. But it has to be It Goes Deep for me. That goes back to right after The Process, the first, or I guess the second single, if 2024 is the first single. But It Goes Deep, man. The instrumental is so sick. The meaning of it, like he's flexing, but also talking about how deep this shit really goes for him. You know, it goes deeper than the love you get from a hug or whatever. It goes deeper than addiction. It goes deeper than the love for your parents. It goes deeper than whatever is deep. He goes into that. And then also the cadences, philosophical postulatings, whatever. The lyrics aren't coming to me right now, but if y'all know it, you know it. And if you don't, you gotta go check it out. He actually performed that at the Australia tour as well for anyone that was there. Goes crazy live. It goes what? It goes deep for any of you Aussie people that went to a show. But yeah, man, these are all super dope, super exciting tracks. And it just gets me pumped for whatever Harry does in the future. And, you know, I'll be here for it. I hope y'all are here for it. And we out.